And then I was, it's fashion.
And it's fashion and it's style.
It's fashion and style.
And it's style because it's fashion. And the thing is, because it's your personal style, it becomes your fashion.
Now, what's the difference between...
What's the difference between fashion and style?
Personal style and personal fashion. Oh, is it recording?
Yes.
Cut that out. I just screamed.
Well, I will have to.
No,
into this microphone.
Of course we're cutting now. We told her here, but I've learned Aries people don't listen to me. Sorry, Aquarius. You. What we actually meant to blame. Who I meant to blame was you. Honestly, that's kind of funny because I love Aries, but whenever yeah,
Of course.
same. But whenever there's opportunities to like attack any other sign that's not me, I'm jumping. Yeah, I'm jumping on. I'm sorry. Physical discrimination.
Physical violence.
Something I was gonna ask you guys. Oh right. This household is a Ariana Grande stan. Once you come in here, you have to love her music. So, what song on her album?
Dandelion.
Thank you. We have someone with taste.
I haven't fully listened to the deluxe yet.
There's the door.
Shutting up in your mouth.
Unfortunately, Adrian would no longer be with us.
Wait.
We're gonna find.
I did hear Dandelion.
She just heard it. She didn't love it. She just.
I didn't fully listen. I need to see the set list and the.
Okay, so we're letting him live just for today.
But I listened to the whole original album.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. You can. Okay,
Just not the 5 extra songs she
Don't
just released.
don't ever fix your mouth to
Sorry.
say that. Yeah, the 5 songs. You know, if I came into your house and disrespect, give me something. Give me
Beyonce.
right, her, and I was like, I didn't even like her music.
Actually, I'm gonna have to cut that out. This is gonna get cancelled.
No, I know. I mean, I'm just get her. I'm not saying I don't like her music. I'm not saying I don't like her music. I'm saying, what if I came into your house and said I don't like her? What if I said I don't like Miss Carter? What if I said
I was Miss Carter.
What if I said I was Miss Carter?
Hello, Miss Carter.
I love.
Hey, Miss Carter.
That's exactly how she sounds, actually. Yep.
Hey, Miss Carter.
You're the perfect.
Give me some.
I'm hearing the claps in the background.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm giving time
Okay.
for the music to pop in.
Me up in the
Yeah.
flames with 57 girls.
You know, it was my fault for mentioning Beyonce in any capacity because now that's
Completely.
Yeah, now that's the episode. Now that's the episode.
The Beyonce.
Why is
episode.
Beyonce queen?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we're gonna name the title like.
Because she is the epitome of
I was not
just fashion and style and grace and poise.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, okay. To be fair, if we're talking about fashion and style and like who is like the pinnacle, at least for me, I would have to say Cardi B's kind of eating it up. Like in terms, in terms
She
of
just released a new clothing line.
yeah. In terms of style and like
I don't know the
fashion,
name of it.
I mean, obviously she would have stylists, just same like Beyonce would have them. But I think there's a little bit of a je ne sais quoi about Cardi B that I feel like she has in that industry.
That's her bag.
Yeah, that's her bag. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Fashion and style.
I do love a woman who like, especially like entrepreneurial women who dives in different bags, and I feel like that's it for her. Like same as I mean, I can go on a tangent about Rihanna. But like I love Rihanna's music,
Also her bag.
but that's also her bag. Like her bag's big. Her bag's full of. She's good at a couple bags. She's good at making makeup. She's good at
now.
She's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
at artistry. Like her music was cute.
Yeah, because it started with music. It veered into fashion and style. She stood there for a hot minute,
Yeah,
but still topped the charts.
I think she did makeup
And then-
she did makeup and fashion interchangeably. I think
But Fenty didn't come out. I thought, has it been that long?
Fenty came out before.
Was it 2016 or something?
I think Fenty came out before.
Fenty?
No, Fenty came out before she started doing her Savage line, right?
I think Savage was first.
I just know the clothing line.
Fenty is like
bigger.
fairly new, as in like late 2010s, I think.
Okay, so I think Savage came out.
came out a while ago though.
I need
Because the
Google.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I need. Yeah, we need Google.
shows.
Because I strongly believe that Fenty came out first. She came out with her makeup first, and then she was like doing the lingerie line after. I think she
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong.
Oh, surprise!
Sagittarius.
Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong, but we can look at the docket and see.
The dossier.
Yeah, the dossier and see like let's pull through her like Rolodex of careers and see what came first. Rihanna, tell me.
Wow, how disappointing was that question?
Rihanna, tell me.
Who's really doing it for you guys right now? You said Cardi B.
Yeah, okay.
I like Doja Cat's kind of grunge. Yeah. I
That
like
is your
that.
tea. Yeah.
Matter of fact, she got me
will.
into it. She got me into that, like not the style, but like
Alt.
yeah, I started like implementing a little bit of like my style with like I don't know if you guys know that the app Doll Kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a grunge alt women's clothing line,
Oh.
and like I mean some of the things are expensive to buy, but like there's this like
It's a lot of like cutesy, twisted girl clothes.
yeah, and I love it. Like there was like a skirt, like a short skirt. It has like crosses all over it, like metallic crosses all over it.
Love.
And I'm like, I would love to buy that.
Did you say latex?
No, it's leather.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like leather. But there's two versions. There's one that's leather, and there's one like this material, and there's like metal crosses all over it. It's so
You know what I
fucking
like that they
cunty.
do is they make like sets. Like they have matching shoes that match
Yeah,
the skirt and the
yeah.
top sometimes.
I think a lot
Which
of
is
like
what the girls want.
yeah, but a lot of clothing lines are doing this whole buy it in a set thing, and now you're seeing every fucker looking like they're in a relationship because they're all
That's
like
why I prefer
matching.
separates.
Yeah.
I prefer separates, but like there's a time and place for a whole like
Set,
one
yeah.
set. Yeah.
yes. I think that
Clothing set.
we're clearly coming up with the rules of like set fashion because I think that's true. I think there should definitely be a time and place where you're wearing a
But
set.
that's also a me thing where like I always think of like the Lizzie McGuire, like Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater. And I'm like, if I wear this again, someone's gonna know.
Yeah, because like sets, like someone could point out, oh, you wore that already.
I'm so ashamed.
And that's the problem with wearing a set. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
can you wear it again?
Can you?
I'd rather mix and match.
You should,
Hmm.
You should.
because usually they're expensive.
Okay, so like I'm obviously joking about not wearing your set repeatedly, but at the same time, I've had this like issue for a long time. I think I've even talked to my friend about it that like I love my own personal style and like sense of style so much where like although I'm not fucking rich at all in any capacity, I feel like I like the challenge of trying not to wear the same outfits that often. So like if I wear and I'm not trying to be like fucking not no. I feel like if I wore an outfit like in May, I would try not to wear that outfit anytime soon. Like I would at least try to like pair it differently, or like because I'm like first
Or
of all,
if it is separates, break up the jacket and
yeah,
the different shirt pants.
I also feel like if you're actually like into fashion or your personal style, I think having repeat clothes is obviously it's normal. You're a human being, like you're not a celebrity. But at the same time, why I like to challenge myself by not wearing the same thing over is because I'm like, what can I come up with besides this repeat? Like, how can I change it up a bit for myself? That kind of says, this is what I wore the same time last time, but I changed the pants.
And it kind of leaves you to just like wear one set and not think about mixing and mixing with something else.
I mean that's also why I don't like sets too much. For me, I personally don't think that they look good on me. Which is kind of funny that like every set don't look good on me. I just don't.
It's also not sufficient. The word. It's like if you really want the most bang for your buck, I think we should all be buying separates. And
Yeah.
if you're buying used, like who's buying the used head to toe one piece, like shoe, pants,
Yeah, but some people are like buying
suit.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, if it's a suit, like a blazer and
well, like
Oh,
a suit, an actual
yeah.
suit. Yeah, that's the only thing that should
Mhm.
come
in sets. Yeah,
in sets, in my
I don't know.
opinion.
But like for you, like you were talking about fashion and style. Like, do you feel like your fashion sense and your style would kind of like be in the set category? Like, do you find I've never seen you wear
absolutely.
a set.
The last time I ever wore a set was for the photo shoot for our promo.
Yeah,
for
right.
this.
Yeah.
And I bought that like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, where like it just sat in my closet and I was waiting for the perfect time because I spent.
So funny.
It's designer and I spent a lot of money on it.
Her
But
tell
it was
these
also on sale.
Tell these bitches they can afford it.
It was still a lot of money, but because I really loved the brand and I knew the designer, and I loved her story. She was like a Chinese immigrant. I think her name is Maya something. It's called Fried Rice. Great brand. And her attention to style. It's all streetwear. And details like where you can just mix match the straps and the buttons and the zipper is just like a double-sided zipper. Everything about it is just super cool.
Yeah, and I love the color. I think it was like kind of like an iridescent kind of color. We're like maybe
It's
not
like
intentionally.
It's like a yellow denim with a blue sheen
Yeah,
on it.
because I was like
Ooh.
maybe it was not intentional, but like I think it was like kind of like
Me was kind of green.
it was like it looked green and
Yeah,
purple.
the blue and yellow kind of
Okay, for me it looked like it was
makes it look
greenish.
green.
Greenish
That
purple.
was cool.
I was like, this guy's a moving. I was like, I love it.
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, I was like, I am not on shrooms today.
But also, I think it was a different size back then. So when I put it on, I was like,
Yeah.
Wait, oh.
they were kind of constricting the life
Did you feel like it was?
out of me. Yeah, the pants are a little small. But I remember I had like very limited options when I went in because I went in for an exchange. I went into the physical store in Soho, and she only had like 2 sizes left, which is like super small or like large, and large is apparently still too small.
How it be? Like literally when you're like the 2 options that are left, and you're
And
like,
I was like, okay, I need the matching set, so I'm gonna take the closest size.
you're like,
you
I
have.
gotta have the set.
She'll discontinue things after a season, and so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is my last chance to get the matching pants.
That's fair. I love shit like that, and that's why I was also talking about like the not repeating stuff because I also like to get clothes. I like to get like staple pieces or statement pieces for me, where like, for example, like Selama has this brown jacket that's like for me it's like a staple or statement piece where it's like you would always know when I whip this out. Like, and that's why I'm always like, okay, I have to try to wear it with something else because it's a statement piece. You know, like my pants with the smiley thing on it. For me, those are statements where it's like, come on, I can't wear another. Like, I don't have 2 of these. You know?
Agreed.
Yeah.
What's So I'll say a little bit of about my approach to like my personal style and fashion, and then I'll ask you guys. But when I'm getting dressed, I always like to think of like what is going to be the statement. Speaking of statement piece, what is going to be the thing I want to pop? What is the thing that I want to say something about me that day?
Yeah.
And what do I want it to say specifically? And then everything else kind of matches or like is toned down to bump up that one thing. So if I choose a particular hat that is like super patterned or like a leopard print hat or something, I'll try to make the rest of my outfit kind of complement it, but not overpower it in any way.
That's fair. I try to do the same. I feel like I don't know if like your technique is you try to formulate a concept around this one thing. Sometimes I try to do that, and sometimes I find myself. I think we talked about this either with you or you, where like I allow my anxiety to take over, and I come up with the best ideas or the best fits for me at that time. Like I would initially before I would plan it out like 2 days before, so that way like I have some wiggle room to like either like edit it or change it if need be. And then somehow the day of the whatever we're doing, whatever kiki, whatever celebration, whatever we're doing, it's chopped. Literally the day of, I'm like,
You know what the problem is that we don't try it on. We only visualize it.
Yeah.
But we don't try it on before we actually have to go.
and in my mind, here we go, Jean Grey. in my mind, I'm like, this is it. This is the look. This is the look that's gonna save the day. Yeah, I'm like, listen, this outfit is gonna fucking save Townsville and its people. I'm gonna eat Mojo Jojo up. I don't even need the Powerpuff Girls. I got my outfit, and then you come home, and then you're like,
You are
Come
Sarabella.
to find out.
and I'm like, I don't think I want to.
I don't think this is eating as much as I thought it
Yeah,
would.
I don't want to save the town with this outfit on.
And
Yeah.
that's also why I will try on a million outfits before I leave for the day, because I also don't want to get stuck wearing something that like I don't love.
And then I'm late.
That's what makes.
But it does make me late.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm late, and then I'm like trying to give some excuse as to why, like I'm late. But I'm like, but look at my outfit though.
I'm like,
But I'm eating.
I'm eating, right?
But I'm eating.
I'm like, I cannot be late. I need to stick to this outfit.
Yeah.
And then I end up trying like 5 different outfits because it didn't click.
And then your room looks like a tornado.
Yeah, leave it in a
Real.
mess.
Real. My room looks like a tornado, and then I'm like,
The worst thing is coming home and having to clean up the mess from that morning.
Especially if you're drunk.
Yeah. But at the same time, it helps that you still think to yourself, "Fuck, I ate them up tonight." Like this,
but then you gotta eat them up again tomorrow.
and that's
And the other day.
this is
And the day after that.
like. What else can we do here? Like, we need there's no break.
Girl.
It's no breaks. It's club, then another club, bus,
no sleep.
no sleep. Like,
Literally, sometimes you're out the whole day.
Is it the same for you? Like, do you feel like when you plan your outfits, do you find yourself or not plan your outfits, like you're trying to implement your own personal style all the time? I would assume.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I try not to overthink it. I usually have like an idea. So, like for example, the shoot, I wanted to wear that baggy shirt with like something Y2K or big, just baggy. And the original idea was to wear like this. I could probably put a picture of it.
Picture here.
Yeah, and it didn't work out. So I had to try like 3 other options, and then
My
went with that.
favorite is like everyone getting the black and white memo, and I just came in like a bright ass green.
That took me out. You know what's so funny? It took me out because I was like,
But it's also very accurate.
I know, but it was funny because like I came out the train station and I was like, oh, she's wearing black and white. She's wearing black and oh, she's not.
She missed the email.
Yeah, she missed the email apparently that was.
She's the Beyonce.
Yeah, no, but also I was like, when we walked up to each other, I was thinking, hey, we should have talked about this.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but at the same time,
But actually, in my mind, I thought we were all going to come completely different. So the fact that 3
that's why.
came in the same colors.
Yeah, that's why I
I was
was
like, whoa, what's that? What conspiracy is going on right now?
I was like, let me take Selama's jacket.
Tell me y'all are kicking me out.
Oh,
Yeah.
to offset.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of black and white, and the thing is, like for example, like Terry's pants was like a black
good
and white
accent.
chamomile
Yeah.
type of, so it wasn't really like giving the same black and white shade that we were doing, so it kind of offset it. And I liked your like romper jumpsuits.
Say again?
My
what?
it's not a,
Jumper?
not a romper, like a
Your
jumper.
jumper,
A
right?
singlet, like I was wrestling or something?
A onesie.
A onesie.
onesie?
I love your little onesie situation.
Right. Because that's what I was wearing. Please insert the photo. Please show everyone the onesie.
Show the audience the onesie. Yeah, and I was like, I think Selama didn't want to wear his jacket,
Yeah.
so that's what I was like.
You wanted to show off the shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I was like, oh, I'm acting. This is the perfect time.
Right.
This is the perfect time to take this
Yeah.
jacket.
I'm
It's-
someone else.
Yeah, from someone else. I was like, girl, give it to me.
When I used to work in retail, which I did for years, like that
Same.
was
Well,
I
not the
couldn't
same.
get out of retail. That
Not
was my
same, but yeah.
like when everybody has their first shitty job. It
Yes.
wasn't food for me, it was retail.
Yeah, same for me. I was like in
I-
retail at like 18 years old.
Got a lot of my how I dress usually based on where I was working because I would get free shit. I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So for a while when I worked at J. Crew, it was very preppy. And when
Yeah.
I worked at Vince, which is this little like luxury store, it was like preppy, but like expensive preppy
Mhm.
shit. Which kind of fit into my personal style a little bit, but like I still didn't feel like me most of the time. But also at that, I was like 19 to 24. So I still didn't really know who I was.
So
Real.
So
basically,
it was just dressing for the job.
Yeah.
I wasn't dressing for me.
That's
The-
funny. I feel
yeah.
the same thing
I wouldn't
for
say
me.
I started dressing for me until like 2 or 3 years ago.
the environment influenced your style.
Yeah,
I guess at the time.
because I remember this one time, my manager at Vince at the retail store came in a baggier, like basically t-shirt that we sell, but like I was just like, wait, he looks so casual. I didn't even know you like. I couldn't fathom that you could come
yeah, I didn't even
casual
do that.
to work,
A
like
casual eat.
and like white Air Forces. Like I was like, can we do that? But then I realized there were no rules. Like I was just so used to a particular job and being
Yeah.
dressed a particular way, and also the way my father, old school Dominican mentality, is to always dress up in a like 3-piece suit for everything. And
Real.
that just doesn't work.
That's so
anymore.
funny. Like your story is kind of similar to mine, but like I was also 18. I was working in retail as well, and like most of my style and fashion was kind of formulated around what the
Yeah.
job entailed, but also it already had my own personal style in it, so, and it complemented each other well. But I felt like I kept dressing, even outside of in my personal life, I kept dressing like I worked there. Yeah.
It follows you.
Yeah. I used to work at Bang Bang.
Oh.
Yeah, like a long time ago, and like it was 18 to like 19. I also realized like, oh my gosh, there are guys who
What
likes
was the
other
style
guys.
of clothing there?
It was like fast fashion.
Okay.
Very like
Shit.
yeah, like very fast fashion shirts. Even like fast fashion like work clothes. Like
Okay.
what's like in
Like H&M.
yeah, very like
It was
yeah.
cool. Kind of
It was cute at the time.
a lot of colors.
Yeah, I honestly realized like I mean throughout the years, like you guys could probably notice that like I have found myself making conscious efforts to change and evolve my fashion. Because I realized like it was something I'm gonna say decent at. There's people that I've met personally and on social media that I'm like, wow, like it just comes to you. And even now, like I still feel like it comes to me, but not in any level. I feel like it comes to people, and it's so admiring to see because I love it. And even now, I still like take inspiration and looks from other people that I feel like I can implement to my own fashion on sense without like really like changing who I feel like I am when I wear clothes. I mean, I can definitely like name a few to be honest, but not even like not regular people. I'm also talking about like influencers, celebrities. I guess I would say content creators. Like is that the same thing? Content creators, influencers. It's a whole
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's influencers. There's one I forgot his name. I think it's like Kai or K or something like that. And he wears outfits. Like he uses inspiration from like shows, cartoons, colors, and he'll make a whole montage, a whole lookbook out of it. I think it's K Wisdom or something like that.
Yes.
I think I know. Is he black?
Yes, he is black. Good there.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Like is he black? Yes.
He goes by Wisdom or something.
Yeah,
I think
something like
he was a judge on a fashion show.
Yeah,
don't
I
know
think
which
I
one.
believe so. Yeah,
But
his looks are
because
so good.
he just got so viral and like took off.
Yeah,
and-
I think I remembered like when I started seeing his videos like around 2018, 2016, around there, and like during the pandemic is when like I think he shot up. I'm gonna assume I don't know his career. I could if you want me to but like I think around pandemic time was around the time that I think he was much more publicized, as everyone was home.
Yeah,
because I started seeing it.
That's
more.
when I discovered him.
Yeah, I started seeing it more, and I like his style. Although he's like I think he identifies as straight. I love that his straightness is like a real secondary or tertiary.
It's not a
like,
hindrance to what he allows himself to wear.
Exactly, like yeah, because some of the things that he wears that are like on the androgynous spectrum are things that even I'm like, would I wear that? That's so fucking dope, you know?
Kind of metrosexual.
Yeah, they're metrosexual, but they're
Okay.
also very like some of it is kind of on the alt spectrum or the alt way of dressing, but it still definitely showcases the way that he would put these pieces together. That I feel like if I saw it, I'll be like, that's
one
him.
of my favorite type of videos is like you were mentioning, is
Mhm.
when they take like the most obscure or just even pop culture type of like even cartoon references or just primary colors, and they're like make whole outfits based on it, and it's not just like t-shirt and pants. It's like the most elaborate, detailed outfits, and I'm like,
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
like,
think that he does that.
yes, like
Yeah,
I want to say he did like SpongeBob or something. He did like
Perhaps.
different characters and the most designer like
yeah.
or Scooby Doo. I don't know.
There was one that he did like I think it was like Final Fantasy or something like that, and he did like
probably.
he did like Titus and like around like different Final Fantasy characters.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is fucking
The textures, the colors, the like
yeah. This was the
puffer
first
and
time that I was like,
latex and
can we call a straight man cunt?
But do you see
Yeah,
people
why
dressing
not?
like that? Like,
No, I mean,
or is
yeah.
that? I feel like he could be a stylist for like a TV show or a movie or something.
Yeah, I mean, those things are just like I feel like those things are just to showcase your ability.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I don't think that's the pinnacle to where he goes to every single time.
Okay.
Just like Selama saying, like I think it was just so that he could advertise his ability and continue to advertise it. But I don't think he dresses like that on a regular basis.
Talent like that could be put into like film or something, or create some kind of creative space.
Yeah, I agree. But what would you categorize if you could? No, it's okay. Anyone who sits here, they always like get weird. I'm like, touch my knee, it's okay. Like it's okay, it's right here. You can touch it. It's, no worries. Right there. It's so freaky.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, yo, watch out.
But yeah, like what would you say your sense of style is? Like, and if you could, like, I guess, categorize it.
Oh, I love
personally
this
don't know-
question.
I don't know how to categorize my sense of style.
And I feel like it's gotten a lot more honed into like one particular thing in the last couple of years. And I will honestly say this is such a corny answer, but like Beyonce's Renaissance era helped kind of made me cement it and made me like kind of put a different lens on it to be like, oh, this is what I've been trying to like put. Yeah, this is what I've been trying to like put into fruition. But I would say it's some kind of like mixture between like old school prepster and like new school industrial streetwear mix.
I think I got it. Like when you were like, I was telling you like what I would get for your birthday next year, like if I bought you clothes, and like
I was kind of trying to describe what I like to you. It's hard though because like I like things that are unique, and I like things unique. I like things that are like textured and patterns and fabrics. And somebody told me recently that I was because my mom is a maximalist, so that what that means is just that she would throw everything onto the kitchen sink, and she would throw on all the jewelry and everything, and it looks so fab and so glam. I think I get it from her, to be honest, because she's just like we've never been minimal people. You see, our apartment is very Dominican.
It's very maximalist.
Curtains on the shower. It's like dining curtains on the shower. It's like she just changed the whole apartment for Easter. Anyway, it's all purple and yellow.
That's the thing that I'm like, do I have to do that? Like
she does it just because she's also a housewife.
Yeah, because I'm like, as a homeowner,
yeah,
do I have to do that?
But yes, that's something I got from her was she's always been somebody very grandiose, and she wears gowns. Like, these other moms were not wearing gowns in middle school.
Yeah, back in her day,
she was wearing gowns, and she wears these big like drag earrings sometimes, and she always does the swoop and
the swoop to whoop.
The swoop and a boom. She always does like off to one side hair with the curl. Like, my mom is a drag queen.
A drag queen? I am the queen of drag.
Let's be honest. Like, if you talk to her for 2 seconds, you'll be like, this is a drag queen. You'll see where I get it from. Yeah. But she inspired that like maximalist thing in me. However, I didn't ever see it like I never related to that super kind of like overly opulent, elegant jewel. Like, I love vintage to a point, but then there's a part of me that like kind of relates more to like industrial streetwear, kind of just like messy, alternative.
Yeah. Wait, when
kind of
you
things.
say industrial, what do you mean?
I think anything relating to like post 2000s, like capitalistic or anti-capitalist, post-apocalyptic, sometimes like
so like I know exactly
alternative.
So like I have the image in my head because like he dresses like that. So like that's what I was saying to you. Like when I was trying to figure out like what to get this boy for his birthday, like I was like, damn. He was explaining it to me, and at the time I was like, girl, I don't know what you saying, man. I'm sorry.
Is it recession?
Yeah,
it's like Diesel.
But after
it's like Diesel meets Schiaparelli.
Okay.
But after like watching, like after like watching his sense of style more like intently, and also like just understanding that he also dresses for his mood. So sometimes I can't be like, okay, this is Adrian's style, but sometimes it's like his mood.
I mean, the very last episode that we had, I was like so many colors. I was wearing pink and green.
You were the color.
I was the lime.
Yeah, like
and the kiwi.
Oh right, yes, and the strawberry.
I was the kiwi and the strawberry.
Yeah. I remember that now. Yeah.
I do dress for the season, but I think overall I don't limit myself to colors. But I am drawn more towards like metallics and denim.
Okay.
And
I think
workwear.
I think with him is like I think for him, like you can definitely understand what drives his sense of style. Like I think the way that you talked about your family and also the way that you like your certain interests kind of like definitely cement,
my interests are very dark and just like
you love a dark humor joke
and city.
Okay, dark and city. So
dark and city.
Basically Gotham.
Gotham. Yeah, basically.
Think Gotham.
Throw a little glitz on it.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Gotham with
shimmer.
Yeah, Gotham with
Gotham
glitter.
City with a little bit of like chrome.
Yeah. So Gotham Chrome City.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, so initially, I thought my style was black. Like that's not a thing, but like I just like black. And then that kind of
For a
gradually.
second, I was like, black.
as in-
Capital B,
I was like, niggas?
lowercase b.
His style is niggas. What?
Maybe.
Real.
Okay.
But yeah, I realized like I'm kind of like alt grunge, but the thing is, I'm a black man,
Real.
so that's not
We have noticed.
expected.
Yeah.
Of yeah, people kind of like look at me like, what are you wearing?
You know what?
Uh,
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think I've seen people like watch you and be like, "What are you wearing?" But I think as a black person, such as yourself, I have seen like you dress more alt and more grunge. And it's been something new for me to see on a regular basis, just because I don't know many black queer people who are cis male and identify cis male really like cement themselves in that space unless they're like influencers. Like I've only ever seen influencers dressed that way or whatever. But like also because you're tall, I feel like it suits your whole demeanor. I'm like trying to remember. There was one outfit that you wore in particular, and I was like, "This is you." I forgot what it was like a suit and it was not a suit and tie, but it was like a jacket with a tie
Oh
and a
yeah,
snapback hat.
yeah.
The one snapback hat I like. I was.
Yeah, I remember that for my last birthday.
Yeah.
Like that was on my mind. I was like, I need to pull this off.
Yeah, and I'm
Kind of Steve Lacy, Frank Ocean,
real. Yeah,
kind of vibe.
yeah. I think that's his,
Okay.
that's that's definitely a ministry. I think it suits you. I also like I also like when you wear like these. I think Adrian does it too sometimes. Like you guys wear these
Our
shirts.
styles cross over.
Yeah,
a
you
bit.
guys meet.
Mhm.
You guys are like you guys style like definitely like meet at the end of the street, and they're like, wait,
But
Wait.
Yeah.
mhm.
yeah.
Even though like it's grunge, like obviously I'm not like in grunge right now because I don't know. Depends on how I feel.
Where
I'm
you
not.
are.
I'm not like a maximalist. I'm kind of minimalist sometimes. So
Yeah,
a little baggy pants, something like that.
that's
Yeah,
also a ministry.
Yeah.
Speaking of ministries,
urban. Yeah.
I feel like I'm adopting a little bit of your ministries.
He's very alt grunge. I feel like I'm more like
But not all the time.
industrial
Yeah.
disco.
Yeah, I do see like
Industrial disco.
yeah, I do see like you more experimental with color as the years go on.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm like we're not recent friends, but like we've been friends for like almost 2 years now. Oh my god,
It's not longer than that.
it feels like it, sister. It feels like it. But no, I think it's been 2 years now. I met you in 2023.
23.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm still seeing and understanding how you dress. I think for me, like my fashion style has like a long, exhausting history that we may or may not have time to get into, but I'm gonna explain as much as I
The
can.
plethora.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. But like I feel like my style when I was like growing up, was always the fact that I enjoy wearing colors. Like I always like to implement some type of color. Didn't really get into like black and like different and like shades until like I got older, and I was like I enjoyed dressing more muted in a loud way because like black is a slick look, is a sleek look,
Yeah.
and I felt like when I was younger trying to like figure my shit out, I was also trying to like I was also experimenting with my sexuality, so a lot of that kind of came into like a little bit of like a coalition to like manifesting into like clear confusion because I still didn't really figure out what the fuck I was trying to do.
Was that in your early 20s?
Yeah, but I was still trying not to be
Yeah.
super queer because I didn't want my I don't want my to clock any
want them to
tea.
know.
I don't want them to know.
Not
Well,
yet.
to be honest, no. I don't think it was a matter of not letting them know. It was that I was not in a safe space or in a safe country
Yeah.
to really showcase that. So I was trying to find a way to exhibit whatever idea of masculinity that the country wanted me to exhibit while still trying to like showcase my fashion. And it definitely was a closeted version of myself in different aspects of that word. Like I was also closeted sexuality wise, but also closeted in the way that I really wanted to express myself. And at that time, like you were saying, I was like working in retail. So some of my fashion was kind of very preppy street style. And as I like navigated away from that, I was like, this is actually me. This is cute, but I still felt like something was missing And not until I left and I moved to Toronto and I was able to like really experiment with not only like my fashion but my gender identity and allowing myself to like wear like women's clothes and like shop in the women's section and all that stuff. It definitely showed me that my fashion is more expansive than I thought. And getting understanding my sexuality or like my gender identity to be more specific and identifying as non-binary, I think that allowed me to be more experimental in my fashion and not really like be super isolated with what I thought what I thought what a version of myself was going to fly. Even now I feel like I'm still evolving as everyone should be.
Yeah.
But before I was so like encapsulated with like making sure that my non-binariness had to like implement some type of femme to it. So I always kept thinking, okay, this is not androgynous enough. This is not whatever enough. And I think that was because of like what social media kept saying people who don't identify as who don't identify in the binary should look. And I kept
Yeah.
Like a little rule book.
yeah.
That's such a good point. That must have been such a confusing
It was such a confusing time.
layer to add to life.
Real.
for you.
I was like, am I a boy? Am I a girl? Do I like pink? Do I like blue?
Because you might have come to this point now where you can say, this is how I feel and what I feel like I am. But then it's like, okay, how do I express that?
Right. Yeah. And that was a long journey for me. I would say like probably within like my like middle 20s, I guess, from like 24 to 28, I was really experimenting with my personal fashion, but also like what does androgyny mean to me and how do I implement it? So there was a lot of trial and error.
It's really like how you feel.
Yeah.
So like you want to wear this, you're non-binary. So if you want to wear this and you wear that, that's a non-binary outfit.
Yeah, but I think I was struggling. Like
True. That's a good point.
Yes.
Clock that T. Clock that T.
If you wear it, that makes it a non-binary outfit.
If you touch it, it's non-binary. But I think for me, it was more like I was also going through my own like internalized conversations of what non-binary meant to me. What non-binary meant to me. What does it mean to be someone who doesn't conform to this social like idea of gender, and also trying to like. I found myself like copying at people at first, people who are also non-binary, and being like, oh, this is how we dress. This is how we look. And I'm like, no, actually, I don't think this is for me. Love this for you. I think moving to New York and meeting more Black queer people who look and look like me and also identify as the same things as I do and have the same like fashion ideas or concept like me, I started to understand that I enjoy dressing more on the mask side. And I'm saying mask, like I still think that's unrealistic for me. I think whatever I put on, I think whatever I put on, it turns into lady clothes.
Yeah. But back to his point, like whatever you put on becomes your reality now.
And I think it took me a while to like really get cemented in understanding that my gender identity has nothing to do with it. It does, but it doesn't. And
wearing
it's
a certain thing or these shoes versus
it's what I make it. And I think for a while I struggled with that concept and with those ideas in my head that I had to kind of fall into a version that is visibly non-gender conforming. So I was having these conversations with myself.
Did you feel like you had to prove your non-binariness?
Yeah. For me, I think it's kind of the same. I mean, I'm not Latinx and I'm not 6'3". So like,
6'2".
6'2". Sorry. She's petite, honey. She's small. She's
so short.
Yeah. You're like, she's so short. Yeah. I think what I'm saying is like being in different groups, you sometimes try to figure out what someone in this group would do, or like what someone in this space dresses like, or how do they operate. So I think for a minute, no,
like, am I not queer enough?
Yeah, I kept thinking, am I not non-binary enough?
Am I not Black enough?
Yeah, I think I was struggling with that for a while, even up until like probably last year, where sometimes I would wear skirts, and think, is this femme enough? But I'm like, I've obviously wear skirts and different androgynous clothing that feels like me, and I no longer think about these things. But I think as you're trying to figure out what's the what's the value in what you're wearing and what does it mean for you. I was having a struggle. I was just like, I was finding myself not sure what side of myself I felt comfortable.
Do you feel like at any point you were using male presenting clothes as a mask or to put you in a box?
To be honest, I plead the fifth because I don't have any answer for that. I still
or in the beginning.
Yeah, I still feel like I'm still like figuring it out.
Okay.
I think I'm definitely I think I'm more cemented in what my style is and when I wear it. For example, like I'm definitely in my butch era. But again, the butch of it all still feels non-binary to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, y'all have seen me dress. Like, I mean, I eat it up every time. However,
right.
like, yes, is it?
However, comma.
Wait, you disagree?
No.
I was like,
I was waiting for the
Please don't fight.
the punchline.
yes, we're gonna fight right now.
No.
Actually, get out.
Serving looks.
Yeah, serve it. Look,
Not here.
not here. I don't
Serving
see it.
punches.
Not on my plate, girl.
No.
But yeah. I just felt like, I feel like now, like the butch side of myself, or not even the side, the butch aesthetic and the way that I like to present it is much more fun and comfortable than how I was trying to present butch 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And
It's
like
more genuine.
yeah, and I feel like I don't. Maybe y'all could tell me, but like I don't feel like I identify as like a butch queen, but maybe I do because I feel like y'all. I mean, y'all have been around me. I'm not like, I don't really act super femme, but I don't act super mask. And I mean, I don't even believe in that shit. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm solidly in the middle.
Yeah, you're not. I don't. She's not giving femme queen.
Yeah, I'm not one. Like, I'm not one. Like, I'm one of the girls.
Butch
but I'm
queen
not,
feels very like mask.
that's the
like-
thing, but it's not.
But then
But butch queen means
Which I could see how like Terry said that about me and
Yeah.
said that, but he also said like, oh, we're all a bunch of butch queens.
I
And
think
was like,
so. I
to think
so.
about that, I
I
was
feel
like, I could see that.
Yeah, I think we're all butch queens.
I feel like
I can see
everyone
that.
got called butch.
Yeah, it's funny because like it's like there's no alignment for me in that space.
Yeah, you're like,
Oh my god, this
But-
just unlocked a memory
Borderline.
for me.
Yeah.
When I was dating someone last year, their friends would all refer to me as their trade, which I thought was so funny because I'm
Yeah.
like, the girls can think what they want to think.
Do you
But-
think you give trade? I think you give trade in maybe some circles.
In some circles.
Yeah.
Also, they didn't really know me that well at the time. Also, because they kind of put this like narrative onto me, I kind of started acting the part and started talking less, dimming myself, not speaking up,
Being more nonchalant.
being more nonchalant because I was like, well, if this is what it's given, all right.
I'm trade.
But I guess I'm trade today.
Time to fix a sink, girl.
But listen, I've fixed a
Did you
couple
start-
sinks in my day.
Did you start wearing hoodies and
No. But it was just giving this, but like I just wasn't as vocal. Which
Okay.
like maybe if I was, they would have been like, oh, he's one of the girls.
Yeah.
But then for a second, it put me back into my like old like where I was in my early 20s, where I'm like, I need to fit the part.
trying to dim?
Yeah, I need to fit the part to
Sorry,
like.
I moved a little bit, and you just like. I'm like,
ouch.
I'm like, girl, I'm thick, but I don't bite. The fuck.
Right.
Like,
But like trying to fit the part because like
I got a man.
please, it is never giving that. Why is it anytime the boyfriend comes up, this one is like, oh, be careful,
I can't
Whoa,
touch you.
dodging bullets, girl.
Sorry. It's just so cute. Go ahead.
Anyways,
Protect the sanctity of my marriage.
Go on.
don't cross my bubble.
My man said no.
No square.
No square.
My no square.
Oh my god.
No, but I played the part because I feel like, I don't know, like it was kind of cool to play a part. I was also in a group of people that were playing parts for a living,
Yeah.
in a way. So like, in like the nightlife scene and whatnot, they were
Mhm.
performers. So I kind of felt like that was my part to play.
Mhm.
But then after a while, it just started to get like really repetitive and boring, and I just didn't feel like I was being myself.
Were you dressing that way? Were you dressing that way on purpose? Like you changed your.
I was kind of already dressing that way. Like I honestly didn't dress any different from
Okay.
right now, but I definitely did grow out the beard
okay.
a lot more often.
Yeah, you said, listen.
and
He said, listen. I'm the only top here. I'm a girl.
And I would, like-
assert it.
I would like not speak as much, like
Yeah.
one word
He
answers.
said, listen, you know, so funny.
I would revert to like that
There's a-
grinder character.
I was gonna say
archetype.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, there's a
God.
type of person I know from Grinder or Jack.
Into
Yeah, with that face the bill.
looking.
You know? Yeah, yeah. Like, where you at? Like,
Where you at?
yeah, like,
About to pull up.
You coming
yeah.
through?
Oh my god, are we boys? That's crazy.
How did you do that?
You just gotta pretend like you don't give a fuck.
Oh.
My picture about like the way I present mass, I just pretend like I'm bad at communication.
They're emotionally
Channel my-
constipated.
Don't want to take anybody out. Like to argue. Flaky.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm a boy now.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah. Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
And then I'm like,
That's like the chemical X.
yeah, that's how you get it to explode.
But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction. Chemical X.
Plus the Powerpuff Girls
Yeah.
were born.
No, this is the Rowdy Rough Boys.
The Rowdy Rough
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah. And that's
I think it was Snails and Puppy
like-
Dog.
and Poppers.
I thought you said Peppers. But yeah.
Well, yes.
Poppers.
Poppers.
Was it the same for you though? Because I mean, you definitely dress like you enjoy the way that you. Oh.
I mean,
But was it always like that? Like, did you ever have a stage of like evolution or like?
yes.
Digimon.
I'm super grateful for the opportunity. Because
She said, "I'm so glad I'm so happy
Yeah.
to be here."
yeah, because when I was on that island,
Yeah,
if
real.
I dress the way I dress now, people will be like, "Oh, who do you think you are?"
You know, so interesting. That's
Yeah.
funny because
Really?
yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm like
Because you would stand out. Like you would probably stand out.
Yeah.
You would definitely stand out. Like
and do
yeah, we
and
no,
do
everyone gonna be looking at you like
yeah. And it's so funny
"Who does he
because
think he
I'm
is?"
saying funny all the time, but like these things aren't funny. It's just like in retrospect, it is funny because even when I visited the island like a couple months ago, I'm definitely more confident and cemented in my fashion sense. But I definitely would say that the Chioke like 5 years ago. Now when did I move? I left in like 2018. So the Chioke like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 4 years ago even, like I think I'm dressing more butch now, but my experiments with fashion is a lot more daring. So it was just funny to see myself like walking through the street and thinking this is like New York normal, and people like staring at me, and I'm like, oh, I'm the drama. I see. I'm just wearing a
Really?
tee.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like I would pack when
What
I'm
would you
going
be
to the
wearing?
island, and I'll be like, "Oh, I can't
Wear
wear
this, yeah. yeah.
Let me just wear a tee."
Yeah, and those are the things that remind me of like kind of like putting myself in a box, as Selama was saying before, that you really have to like shed some of your like recent evolutions when it comes to fashion. Even the way you express yourself I had to change it. So I didn't know if it was the same for you, but because I feel like this is quite normal.
It's casual.
Yeah, it's casual, but I know he's right. Like, it's also the way that he dresses, and he's also, I don't know if height of the thing, but I think because you do dress more like straight presenting, I think people might sometimes just think that you're a straight guy with looks.
And that's the
Until she opens her mouth.
Until she opens her mouth, and then and the purse
And
falls
then the
out,
rainbow comes.
and then the purse falls out. Yeah. Well, not that purse. That purse was a dick.
and that's
And that's what they expect from us.
but
And that's the tea.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
it's
tea.
like I came over, started dressing how I kind of wanted. Some were bad,
Yeah.
then some were like, "Okay, I see you."
Yeah.
Um,
Some are choices, and you're like,
yeah.
fuck, this was
Like after I'm looking back, I'm like,
Bow ties.
"Why did
Yeah.
no one tell me?"
Like,
Yeah, both ties.
yeah, same.
that was when I was like 16 or 17. That was me trying to experiment. I was like,
oh,
bow ties.
for me,
I look back,
I know some of my friends will say this, but like
burn that shit.
chokers used to have me in a choke hold, sweetie.
Clearly.
Like I used to wear that shit all the time, but like I feel like that was like a small like step into like
Mm-hmm.
The gay direction.
Well, the gay
That
direction-
the non-binaries in a chokehold.
Yeah, the non-binariness was in a chokehold, like it was in that choker, because
It was
I think
in
that
the
was the
choker.
first time that I was like, this is kind of cunty. If
This
I
kind of
just
works for me.
It kind of works for me. Like, and if I just add like this and a little bit
That
of
was
a
like,
strap here.
I don't know if I can see you wearing these, but maybe more you. But
Yeah,
like,
what's
I
that?
used to wear fingerless gloves because I used to
I
feel
own-
so alt
I
and
wouldn't
misunderstood.
Even look at it.
I would wear like, I would cut the fingers off of my gloves and be
I
like,
want to be understood.
I have
I'm really kind of the more suffer in silence type.
fingerless
Yeah,
gloves.
I want to be understood.
I'd be like,
Honestly,
I don't
I've been,
understand.
I'm a
Nah.
biker without a bike.
yeah, I have been
I'm a
misunderstood.
biker without a bike.
I've been misunderstood my entire life. I want to be understood.
Yeah.
So I probably would. Yeah. I
So
probably,
choke me.
Yeah, I probably would.
The mysterious dude.
Yeah. Y'all can be mysterious Michael Jacksons. I want people to know who I like. But I don't. Because
No, in my head, I was like an eternal vampire. I was like, I will never be understood. I'm an eternal creature.
I was like, y'all gonna. I'm like, I'm wearing this. Y'all gonna get me. This is who I am.
You're gonna get me a go.
My my gloves have their fingers on them.
And they're on the table.
Yeah, you're gonna get me.
Whip crack.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
But yeah,
that was I think that was our story. It was. I think it's interesting seeing that our stories are kind of similar but different.
And then, well, as you said, I'm more like straight
Passing.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, you enter queer spaces and you think like, wait, should I be like? You're looking at everyone else and you're like, should I dress a little more?
On the
But then I had to catch myself. I'm like, this is how you feel to dress. So
that is a perfect.
like,
Yes.
like this isn't straight. This isn't
It's
gay.
just clothes.
This isn't non-binary.
It's just clothes.
It's just clothes.
material.
It's just clothes.
It's true. I think that's why I was like.
This was just in the men's section.
Yeah,
Like,
it just happened to be there, But it's true. I think that's a really great point. I think I've started to like I don't think there's no lateness to it, but I think I've been trying to understand that when it comes to when I wear more mass presenting clothes, that this has nothing to do with my identity as a person, gender identity, or anything else. This is just what I'm giving y'all because this is just me. And
there's a time for serving looks, and there's a time to just go to the grocery store.
yeah,
Who cares what you have on?
Yeah, and sometimes there's
if it's a pink, this, that, or the third. Like,
and sometimes you can serve while going to the grocery store, but that doesn't have to be all the time.
if I want to put on a wig to go to the grocery store, then so be it.
So be it. Who gonna check me?
It's a wig.
What now?
It's a wig.
Who cares? It's a wig.
Adrian, is that you? No, it's Claudia.
This is no. Adrian, is that you? No, it's the wig.
No,
It's wig.
No, but for real,
You're old.
this isn't me.
yeah, this isn't me. But I think like we haven't talked about it like separately too much in detail. I mean, we haven't like sat each other down and be like, let's talk about our past and how did our fashion get affected by such, But now hearing it out loud, we clearly had similar stories or similar like ways that we like bloomed out of our initial fashions, even yourself.
Yeah, I started really preppy, like disgustingly preppy, but that was like make my dad putting into my head like make sure you're dressed for the right job and make sure they take you seriously.
Yeah.
And,
But was
like
it-
RuPaul says, wear a suit.
But was
I
it
did
like
that
a cunty preppy or just like
Not cunty
vanilla
in
preppy?
the slightest. It was like trying to blend in and like khakis and button down.
Nah, I think I was doing the opposite. I was wearing like plaid.
I wanted to be invisible.
Something also flipped where I was like, I'm that girl. And I say I'm that girl, like, I will do whatever I want to do.
Yeah,
And
like a metamorphosis.
yeah, and no matter what I put on, even if I put on Tim's, I'm still going to be a lady. But I'm going to be a lady. Her.
She.
A lady with Tim's on. And that's just what, I would never wear Tim's, actually. I have to, let me stop that right now. I just can't.
They're so bulky.
I can't see.
I want to get into
can't.
them.
The only person that should be wearing Tim's
so
is
heavy.
Fat Rabbit Killer.
That's how I feel. I
Fat
feel like,
Joe.
Fat
But
Joe.
Timberland.
And Fat Joe.
And Timberland.
And Timberland.
I feel like
what
it's
about
so
you?
Like, it's like a boat on your
Yeah.
foot.
It's so heavy.
And the reason,
Yeah.
honestly,
And
why
you can't crease them?
and you can't crease
who
them.
created that?
Fat Rabbit Killer creases those Tims.
You can't crease them?
And he does. And
Oh my gosh, I just realized who you're talking about.
the porn star.
Like Rabbit Hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honestly, those are good shoes if you're really trying to like hold your ground.
Stomp on.
Yeah, if you're really trying to get
I actually didn't know you were talking about a porn star, but that's hilarious. Is that his brand? Like
That's his
wearing
brand.
Timberlands?
His brand is like,
That's crazy.
I think his brand is Long Dick and Tim's.
That is so
that rhymes.
funny. The things that the
Marketing.
things that people
Yeah.
brand in the
And,
adult
like,
film
yeah,
industry.
yeah, 'cause
it's so funny.
Honestly, because everyone has the same things.
Everyone has a thing.
Everyone
Yeah.
has the thing. So like you have to like
his or
Everyone has
Tim's.
the thing.
Yeah. But like what I'm saying, like everyone has their thing, as in like you're either bottoming
You're
or
the
topping.
banana guy.
Yeah,
Or
and
you're
he-
the Timberland guy.
Right, he's the banana Timberlands guy, and that's just what I do. You know.
What it is. Oh. What about you?
Style is everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Style is everywhere. It's
Yeah.
how you dress. It's how you decorate your feet. It's how you right. It's how you fuck. Like,
Yeah.
what's your favorite word? What's your favorite cuss word? Probably fuck.
Fuck.
Probably fuck.
That was so accurate. That was so good. Come on, Carly.
But yeah. Oh, I think the next time we have this look episode.
His name was Carly too. That's funny. I was gonna make an iCarly joke at the table,
You know, I forgot.
but I was like,
I
no.
forgot.
He
Yeah,
said
yeah.
he doesn't like that name, so
Oh yeah,
That's not a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
skip
he even corrected me once.
for real.
I thought it was cute. And
You know, but it's funny because like he corrected you, but like I am the only one that I feel like Selama lets me call him Salami.
yeah, I don't do that one. I think
Yeah.
I do Salam.
I like Salam.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
What-
cute.
Okay, I like Salam. The thing I personally call him Salami. I mean, we already talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
not calling him that, but like I just think it's such an adorable nickname. I know you don't like it outside of me saying it,
Right.
but like I just think it's so
It's
adorable.
cute,
Like,
but
I'm just
it's
like,
so ridiculous.
for me, it makes me feel like he's
It does-
not 6'2".
It
Like-
makes me laugh,
Oh.
but
This-
in a lovable way.
Yeah, the Salami feels like I'm bringing him down to like 5'9".
Mhm.
You know, like man, this,
Cut her down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Knock her down a couple
Yeah,
pegs.
knock her down a couple pegs with a little word. Yeah.
You made me demure.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah, I made him petite. I made him casual. You know, I made him demure. You know, I made him subtle.
Cutesy.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not subtle.
Oh my god, the mental illness is coming out. Let's cut the video before they see what we got.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Yeah.